Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about how you guys can be dropping 20 kills a game and how you can actually get there. Now, this is my best tips on how to actually be dropping 20 kills a game and actually doing it, honestly, on a consecutive basis. Now, this is very consistent for me now. I've been dropping a lot of 20 kill games lately whenever I've been using this strategy. So I did want to share this with you guys and actually help you guys get more kills per game in Warzone. But before we get to that, I want you guys to subscribe if you're new around here, to drop that thumbs up in today's video, and then comment down below and tell me what you think about my tips, and tell me if you guys are actually going to be trying any of them for yourself. But as much once again, let's get right into this. So the first thing that I want to say to you guys is this: you need to change up your playstyle a lot. If you're trying to drop 20 kills a game or trying to drop high kill games, you need to be able to play aggressive. You can't be playing conservative, you have to be playing aggressive. And the first thing that actually takes with that is landing at a hot area. Now, the three hottest areas in the map, in my opinion, are as follows: military base, superstore, and the hangars. Now, I'm going to show you exactly where each location is located on the map, because of course the two of them that I listed are, named, but the other one, the hangars, some people don't know what that is. Some people think that it's in a different location, but this is exactly where it is. So these are the three hottest locations that I actually drop almost every single game. Now, I do switch it up to Boneyard every now and then, depending on where the circle is located, but for the most part, I do land in these select areas. Now, I've noticed in these areas, whenever I actually do land here with my squad, even if I'm landing in quads or just in solos, trios, duos, whatever I'm landing in, I normally walk out with at least 4 to 6 kills, sometimes even 8, sometimes even, if I'm lucky, 10. It just depends, and that's just starting things off. So to start things off with that many kills as soon as the game just starts, that's awesome. That's literally a great start. Then as soon as you get that, you need to start getting bounties. So after you've completed the whole starter area, you need to start getting bounties. Luckily, if you have completed the whole starting area and you've killed everybody that is around you from spawn, you might have enough money to get a loadout. If you don't, do not just stress about that right off the bat. Finding money and stuff like that has been a lot easier, I've noticed, in Warzone lately. So just try to put all your cash together with your teammates and try to get yourself a loadout as quickly as possible. But if you're not able to get one, one does drop at the end of round 1 within 15 seconds left of the timer going. So by the end of round 1, you're going to have a free loadout drop anyways. So in my opinion, pushing bounties, getting your first loadout drop, or if you're not lucky enough to get enough money, just pushing people until you do get enough money, that is by far the best strategy, because it's keeping yourself hot, it's keeping yourself moving, and it's keeping yourself getting kills. Now, not only just that, if you get a bounty at the start of the game, what's the likelihood that that team's also going to have a loadout as well? It's very slim. Now, some teams do get loadouts very quickly, and that is something that you should keep in mind, is if you do notice a team is getting a loadout or they have just dropped a loadout, that is your best time to push them, because they're all going to be trying to grab it. So do not just wait. You need to push that as soon as possible to get them off of it and kill them before they can actually get their loadout. That's 4 free kills if you're playing quads. Think about it. It's actually really simple. Now, moving on along to the bounty thing, I'm telling you, the best contracts to be going for, especially start of the game, I'd say get 1 scab if you can. If you don't have any scabs around you, just go after most wanteds or even bounties, because most wanteds at the beginning of the game, people are going to try to push you as quickly as possible, especially off the jump, to try to get that extra 1,000 in their pockets from killing you. So in that thing, if you're confident in your playstyle, if you're confident in your aim, in your game, and even in your team, then I would say grab that most wanted, survive that thing, and get that money for yourselves. But that's just my opinion. That's the best time to get a most wanted, in my opinion, at the start of the game or after your squad has died. Another thing as well is, if you're trying to get more kills and stuff like that, you need to switch up your classes. You have to be running AR sub, in my opinion. A lot of people I like to play with, they play with the AR snipers, and stuff like that. But you do need to be switching it up and using AR sub. The more that you use AR sub, the more aggressive it's going to force you to play, because you don't have as much range. You do have the medium to long range with the select assault rifle that you're running, but it's not going to be as accurate at long range as a sniper would be. So in my opinion, I feel like playing with AR sub is going to push you to be more aggressive and try to get more kills as well. Next thing as well is, if you're pushing at a team, make sure you have a head glitch or something to basically duck and dodge between whenever they're shooting at you, because if they're taking shots at you and you're taking shots at them, pop up a few shots, break them, down one, hide again, pop armor if you need to, and then continue shooting. Here's another thing as well, is people be popping their armor at the wrong places at the wrong times. So here's the thing: if you're shooting at a squad and you down somebody and somebody on their team has broken your armor, they know for a fact that they've broken your armor. And with that being said, they're probably going to end up pushing you as well because they know they're going to be trying to push and pop your armor as well. So in my opinion, I feel like once you've downed somebody, or if somebody has broken your armor and you can actually hear their footsteps pushing you, stop popping armor. Do not try to pop armor and just catch them off guard, drop shot them, jump shot them, whatever you want to do. In my opinion, I think drop shot in this situation would work the best and kill them. That's an extra down for you. Now, keeping your armor up is another thing as well. That's very important, yes, but in select situations, you need to just keep shooting. Just keep that in your mind. Know when you need to keep shooting. Know when you need to pop your armor, and just learn the differences. My next strategy is this. Whenever you have money, whenever you've bought in your self-res and stuff like that, after you've done all of the stuff that you need to do that's essential to the game, my number one thing, as I said, just now, I'd say getting the self-res first is by far the best thing that you can do. And then getting a cluster strike. Now hear me out. A lot of people buy UAVs. Yes, that's great. I think you should get one of your teammates to buy a UAV. But if you're the person that's going after strictly kills, get your teammates to buy the UAV and you hold on to a cluster strike at all times. Now hear me out. If you're out in the open, or if there's a team above y'all on a hill and you're trying to flank them but they have snipers on you and stuff like that, you need to have a cluster strike to basically be able to flank them or get them distracted enough to where you can make a push, or one of y'all can make a push where they're not seen. So a cluster strike is the best way to do that because it spreads everybody out because they're not knowing where the cluster strike's going to go. They're freaking out and everybody's just panicking at that point. So a cluster strike is very essential, especially after you've downed somebody. So let's just say that you've downed somebody on top of a building. You got lucky. You killed somebody with your AR. You're going to put a cluster strike on top of that building and the other teammate's not going to be able to revive that guy, and now you have a confirmed kill because of that cluster strike. Running kill streaks is by far the best way to go in this game, in my opinion. Do not run precision airstrikes though, because they do tend to glitch out still. I don't know why. This has been a glitch from the start of the game, and honestly I think they need to fix this as well. But the cluster strike thing is by far the best strategy in my opinion, because you can put two of those out at the same time. UAVs are also very essential, especially getting advanced UAVs as well at the start of the fire cell. So in my opinion, like I said before, I think that you need to get your teammates to be the ones that buy the UAVs and pop them. You need to be holding on to a kill streak if you're trying to go after high kills. At the end of all this, you just need to learn, and as I said, you need to reflect on where you've gone wrong. So if you've listened to all of my tips and all of my strategies and stuff like that, and you're still failing in some aspects, look at where you're dying and look at how you're playing the certain things wrong. At that point, it boils down to your strategy of how you're approaching the gunfight. So if you're not basically approaching the gunfight in a smart way, you're not always going to win the gunfight. I've noticed a lot lately, even whenever I'm playing 1v3s or 1v4s, I've noticed I'm actually been squad wiping a lot more, even solo, because it's just how you approach the gunfight. If you're behind cover and you're downing somebody, or you're basically breaking somebody and you're catching the whole team off guard, you put a cluster down, you put a C4 down, you do some crazy stuff, you stun somebody, you know, anything like that out of the ordinary, it throws the entire team off, especially once you've downed somebody. Think about it this way. I'm going to put a scenario out there for you. You down one person on an enemy team that has 4, all right? In your head, it's now a 1v3, right? So that's actually not true though. If you down somebody, it's actually now a 1v2. Think about it this way. It's still a 1v3, yes, but it's actually a 1v2. It's only 2 shooters versus you. It's because one person's going to be trying to go after the revive. So 9 times out of 10, one person's trying to go for the revive or try to make their way to the guy that got downed. Okay? So in my opinion, once you've downed somebody, that is your key to success in beating a 1v4. So once you've downed somebody, notice which teammate's trying to go after the person that you're reviving. Try to down them too. If you can't, don't worry about them for a second. Focus on the people that are shooting at you. Down one of them to where it's 2 people spread out. Then focus the person that's reviving, and then focus the last guy. And you'll notice yourself actually getting an entire squad wipe by yourself. Trust me, it's just by the way that you approach certain gunfights and how you actually go about it. Start learning how you should approach things. Learn where you went wrong. Think about what you could have done right. And be hard on yourself. Actually be hard on yourself, because I'm very hard on myself. I'm thinking to myself, oh wow, I was stupid for not doing this, I was stupid for not doing that. And then later on in future situations, you're going to start catching yourself to playing things more aggressively, but also in a smart and strategic way to where you're actually getting the kills. Trust me on this. These are my best tips. Make sure you guys also in my opinion, have a high sensitivity. This is my last tip to you guys. Have a high sensitivity because you need to flick, you need to turn fast, you need to be able to duck and dodge, you need to be able to sprint, slide behind covers, put on armor, turn around fast, all this other type of stuff. You need a high sensitivity for that. In my opinion, the best sensitivity for me is 12 on horizontal and 11 on vertical. If you guys want to try that for yourselves, go for it. By all means, that's your preference, whatever you want to do with that. But in my opinion, I feel like having a high sensitivity as well is by far the way to go, especially when playing Warzone. Let me know in the comments if you guys do agree with any of my tips and if you guys are going to be trying them for yourselves. Much once again, guys. Peace.